Yo, 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 what is up here, guys and gals, and welcome on back to the 90-day and some change challenge up in here. This is Caleb, as always, and yeah, we're about to go and get into the little bit of a break that I just took, about 3-4 days-ish, something like that. And also as well, kind of what clarity that brought me to be able to go and actually remember everything that I have to do, and pretty much just gave me a lot of light on what to do next and everything like that. So anyways, before any of that stuff though, if you don't know what the 90-day and some change challenge is, pretty much what it is, well, if I can find the actual right paper, there we go. Pretty much what it is here is, it's going and actually I found a goal. I laid out that goal to be able to pretty much go and complete my course that I'm creating for freelancers. What I want to go ahead and do with that within the 90 days is get 100 students within my course at a minimum. Get 5 of those students which are successful with freelancing, success meaning they've actually made some sort of money with freelancing, and I want all of this stuff done by July 31st. Right now, it's actually 7/1, which is literally July 1st, so we've got about 30-ish days left, right? It is some change. 90 days and some change, so I've got a couple of extra days. You know, some days are kind of taken off and yada yada yada, but pretty much in general that's what it is there. I wanted all the course and everything done by about 30 days. That did not actually end up happening. It actually ended up happening where it was about 40 to 45-ish days, which again, stuff like that happens. I understand that, but we got it done anyways, right? And the funnel as well. Then going and doing and running ads after that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the ads that I'm actually running right now. I've just recently, I think it was this last week I started them, where I started a $1,000 for the entire month, so $25 a day. And pretty much I got a lot of information through that, and kind of been able to see like what ads didn't work out, which ads did work out, which ones I need to go and rehash a little bit on and make some changes to, and also as well be able to see like how well my actual funnel winning and is converting, and then also as well I'm able to test different things, which is what I'm about to be getting into and showing you just here in a second. So anyways, with that being said though, first off, so yeah, I literally went and actually took, I don't even know if it's in here or not. It may be, no. So, 54th day right there to yesterday, which was the 55th day, right? But the whole entire thing is that this went from 6:26 all the way to 6:30. So as you can see, there's about 4 days in there that I actually went and completely took off. And I noticed that during this 90 day and some change, right, that it's very good, especially if you've never done this before or anything such as this, where you give yourself a set amount of time to hit a certain goal, or at least shoot towards that goal, that you should definitely go and take a break a couple of times, maybe at least once in between what that goal is. Now, if you're doing a 90-day like this, I definitely say to take 1 or 2 breaks, like actual breaks, not just a day, but like 2 or 3 days. And then if you're going and just like starting off and you're only so far going to be doing like a 30-day or something like that, then what you want to go ahead and do is you still can take a break. Just sometimes you need to build yourself up. Again, it's all about testing your own thing. It's all about figuring it out for yourself. But the only way to do so and to be able to test those things is to actually go and do something, right? So with that being said, though, yeah, I had to figure out that, yeah, I definitely needed to take a little bit of a break and a little bit of an extended break. Originally, my plan was, because at the end of this 90 days, I was going to be able to, I was going to be moving to Florida first, but now I'm actually ending up going to move to Portugal or somewhere outside of the US, right? So originally my plan was to go and take like, I don't know, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks off when I went to Florida, but now it's going to be 2 or 3 weeks, possibly 4 weeks, whenever I move outside of the country and just take it off after this 90-day and some change is completed and done, right? Or at least the actual like challenge itself is done. Obviously, I may not hit that 100 students. I may hit the 100 students. I don't know, within that time frame. But even if I don't, I'm obviously still going to keep going and create the next goal, or just keep pushing it and keep going and everything like that, right? But anyways, my point being behind that is I was going to go take a while off, a couple of weeks, once this whole entire 90-day sprint is pretty much done. So with that being said, I noticed that, like, I think it was this last week, I believe. Yeah, it would have been this last week. I noticed that I started to like really dread like actually working throughout the days. And what I came to find out and realize after a little bit of talk with myself and also some talk with Leon, a couple talks with some other friends of mine who are also entrepreneurs, found out that it was probably that I was starting to get like the first notices of burnout. And not a hard, strong burnout. If I would have kept going, it would have been stronger. It got stronger and stronger and stronger, right? But there's going to be times where you're just going to have to take some freaking time off for yourself, right? There's going to be times where you just need that. Because exactly, if you don't, even if you don't even feel like taking off, you have to force yourself sometimes. But even if you don't, you're going to get to a point where you're just like not able to function as much and be as productive as you were a couple of days beforehand and yada, 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 right? So once those things start to happen, like for me, for instance, I started to notice that I wasn't as productive as I was a couple of the days before. My week was all kind of over the place. It's been since at least last week anyways. It was like 5 weeks in, maybe 6 weeks, something like that, into the 90-day and some change. I don't freaking know my weeks, but anyways, it was somewhere around in there, right? So that's a good chunk of time, right? So I started to notice though that just this last week I started to play. I downloaded Steam, right? That's my first like oh something's going on here, right? And I don't mean to laugh at it as a good thing. I mean to laugh at it as like, yeah, that I noticed like that's bad. That's very bad. But anyways, I downloaded Steam, right? And then I went and noticed that I started playing games. Well, I told myself that I was only going to play it on the weekend. Of course, you give or at least for me anyways, I give myself an inch, I go a freaking mile with it. So I was like, okay, well, I already have Steam downloaded. I already have the game downloaded. Okay, well, I'm just going to go play for like 2 hours on Monday morning, right? The time where I'm supposed to be working already. Monday morning. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and get into work. Because this weekend, I just wanted to take off a little bit more. And I was just like not feeling as good this weekend once I started to try to go back into work on Sunday, right? So I was just like, all right, well, let's just play the game in the morning and then we'll be good. So what freaking happens? I go and play the game all damn day long, get almost nothing done. And then I'm like, shit, well, Tuesday's got to be better. I don't remember exactly what all happened. Pretty much just that entire last week, just only like 1 or maybe 2 days were actually productive out of that entire week. So pretty much it just kind of became just a crap week, right? So I started to notice that I was playing games, and I started to notice that I was wanting to watch shows more, and then I started to notice that I just didn't really want to work, and then I just started to notice like all types of things. I wasn't going like out like normal to go and go to a coffee shop or something to like work. I just didn't have the means to, or I didn't have the motivation to, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to say motivation because it's a bad term for it, but anyways, I didn't have the natural motivation anyways, and that's just where self-discipline comes in. But anyways, my self-discipline was kind of shot. That's pretty much what I'm saying, is my self-discipline was shot. So I started to notice that, and I was like, shit, I need to go and just take a couple of days, actually break from everything, just allow myself to go play games or go out, especially go out. For me anyways, I really have to like get outside of the house completely, I noticed. And that's another reason kind of why I want to move outside of the, that's not the only reason I want to move outside the US, but just a big reason because I have a lot of friends who are outside of the US, and actually the buddy that I usually go travel with, I'm going to be going with him. So we're used to kind of going out, and I noticed for myself anyways, that I really enjoy doing that, especially obviously only when times that I need to be taking time off, or that I allow myself to take time off. I need to be doing that, and that's the best way for my brain to reset is to go out and do something, not party and all that shit. I'm not a big fan of that, but go out to like the mountains or go out and this last weekend anyways, I don't know if you know what it is, but it's a game called Fallout New Vegas. So pretty much all those locations in the map of that game are literally like 4 hours away from me. They're like real locations in the US, and they're 4 hours away from me. So that was pretty damn cool to go see. Like Good Springs is one of them. Good Springs, it's like a tiny little podunk town, but it's like the first town that you start in the game itself. So that was pretty damn cool. It's in a random location in Nevada. It's like right south of Las Vegas. And then I went up to the next place, which is a little tiny rock quarry called Salone, and which is also in the game. Then I went to a place called Searchlight. Then I went to a place called Nipton. These are all little tiny towns, but they're all in that game. So I went and took pictures at all of them, and I went to all of them and kind of went and checked them all out. It was pretty cool. I mean, they weren't nothing like the game, obviously, but there were still some buildings that were the same and stuff like that. So that was really freaking cool to see. But anyways, I just noticed for myself being able to get out and do stuff like that really resets my mind personally. And that's just through testing, that's just through figuring out what I personally like to do. There's obviously lots of other ways. Not everybody likes to go out and travel like that and reset their minds like that. Some people like to rather play games, some people like to watch shows all day long, some people like to watch movies, some people like to be with family. There's tons of different things. Go do your hobbies like sports or whatever. There's tons of different things that you can go and do, right? So anyways, that's kind of what I did these last 4 days. And so yesterday, though, I pretty much took it really easy getting back into everything. I really didn't do anything related to like my ads or to my actual like funnel or anything like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing actually today here. And I haven't written anything out just yet because I actually already know what I'm kind of doing because I have it back on one of these pages back here-ish somewhere. Yeah, right here. So anyways, but I'll probably rewrite it here after a bit. But anyways, rather than that though, yeah, so I've got that I'm going to be doing today, and I pretty much went and did a couple of different ads, or at least I made a couple of new ads, that is. So what I noticed as well after spending $200 from my $1,000 that I was going to be spending, I have learned a couple of different things. So, publish ads, Oh, shoot. Okay, well, oh, crap. I closed something that I was not supposed to. Whoops. Okay, well, that's fine. But, anyways, so here's a bunch of ads that I'm actually running. I'm actually running them based off of my Freelancing Nation. Let me go ahead and all right, so cool, my bad. So anyways, yeah, so there's a couple of different ads. This one I'm actually going, and this is the one that I literally just went and made a bunch of images for to test. Actually, I've made just a bunch of these because this, I went and had to mess around with it. It got rejected at first because it said MLM in it, because it's my story and I started off in MLMs and shit like that. So pretty much I had to go and find ways to kind of work around that. And anyways, also as well, this image actually at the very first one did not work out very well. So I'm actually going to be testing a couple couple of different images here, and these are all just a test, just some that I made just randomly. Actually, this was from my trip that I just took. That's one of the places from it wasn't in the Fallout New Vegas new game, but it was just a random place I seen on the side of the road while doing that whole entire thing. So it was pretty cool. It's just a bunch of rocks, but they're all painted, and it's in the middle of the desert, so it was pretty cool. Anyways, my dog in Taipei once I went to Taiwan with my buddy. Actually, that's the guy I'm going to be moving with here. To Portugal anyways. And then there's a bunch of people there that we met, so that's another one that I'm going to be running, or testing anyways. Here's another one, and another one, and there's my little bro, and another one, and then that's my, she'd be my niece, I think. And yeah, it's my brother's daughter. So I think that's my niece. Yeah. So anyways, because yeah, I'm uncle, right? So yeah, something like that. I don't know family things very well. So anyways, though. So yeah, but anyways, got a couple of different ads that I'm going to be testing with this one here. So like I said, though, that one did not work out very well. And this has actually been reposted like 4 times, but the engagement still was not very high at all. It had a little bit more than this, but it wasn't very high at all. That's the 90 Day and Some Change. So this one got a good amount of engagement. This is literally just me petting my buddy's cat, and literally just saying, I can't remember, something about freelancing and go check out the ebook, and then dropped a link right there. Obviously that got a lot of engagement, and 167 some so far, and 12,000 people engaged, so that's so far there. This one got denied as well, and actually I just remade this one as well, because you can't have before and after, I guess, on Facebook advertising. And again, these are problems that you would never know unless you're actually running ads. You know, that's one of those things, right? So problems that you would never be able to figure out until you do that, or obviously listen to somebody else who's had the problem. But before and after, I guess you can't have that, or Facebook doesn't like that. So I just took this one and pretty much made it into a single image here, if I can find my stuff. Yeah, so boom, sorry, bear with me. Photoshop ads, nope. Yeah, so this is actually the new one, and this one, again, may not work out that greatly. I do still like the before and after type of style, but again, it's just something I'll have to test with ads there. And yep, so that one's that. Also, this one got a lot of reach as well, me and my puppy, or at least my puppy that it's my parents' puppy, but she's mine. She's definitely mine. She loves me more than anybody. But anyways, this one got a lot of engagement as well. As you can see, it got 9,000 engagements, and then 217 reactions, and a bunch more there. And then I don't think I had any more in here. There's some more that I was actually running here back in my actual, just like as ads themselves, and they were doing all right. So far, I believe, I can't remember what the numbers are. I think it's like I've gotten 40-ish opt-ins so far, I believe. And then I've had a good amount of people actually go and add things to cart, but nobody's bought yet. Still got, well, I've of course have 2 customers who are paid from beforehand, not from running ads though. So the ads thing is still going and needing to work out, but I already knew that it was going to be like this. Again, I'm testing things, and that's literally what you got to go do, is literally test until it works. So with that being said, sorry, let me log into my Kartra here real quick. All right, so yeah, okay, so I'm sorry, 34 subscriptions, as you can see right here so far, and I think 2 of those, I believe, were me from a while back when I tested this in the first place, so that's me there, but so 32, and then had 72 visitors, which makes no sense because Facebook says a lot different, but I'm not even going to get into that. But anyways, so that's that there. Actually, as you can see, this little tiny thing that dropped right here, and actually, if I zoom in, I believe that you can see it even better. Yeah, this right here. So I went and changed actually my targeting, from people that were, like my actual targeting for, what's it called? like the locations that I'm targeting. There we go. And I took off a bunch of locations that were outside of the pretty much like the US or Canada. And my things just really dropped off really quickly, as you can see. So I really went and changed it right back to what it originally was, and it bounced right back up. I noticed as well that I literally went and looked off some data just on a random website. And well, it was at one of the top websites in Google, and I looked off a couple, but just to be able to see like the best locations. And for some reason, I just one day was like, yo, let's just go and change these up and not worry about what the data says, and kind of just take away all the locations that the data literally says that all the freelancers. I just looked up where are most freelancers at. Like where are most of them located at. That's all I typed into Google, and yeah, for some reason I was like, why after I did it, and after I went and rechanged it back, that I was like, why the fuck did it, what went through my head that one day that I went and just changed all the ads, just because I wanted to see. I think it was just because I wanted to start testing things, but then also as well, like I found out that, or I noticed that, like, yo, I need something to have a baseline. I need to have my ads at a baseline, so that way I can change up my funnel, and then have my ads still running as they are. And just because I already know that they're already starting to convert, so I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, that's beside the point. That was a dumb mistake on my part. So I'm pretty much saying don't do that yourself. But learn from my mistakes. Don't do them yourself. But anyways. So yeah, rather than that though, yeah, pretty much this entire week. Oh, by the way, I did pause my ads for the current moment, because this entire week I'm actually going and changing up my funnel to be able to test a different way. So far from what I've just based off of what I've learned so far, just with the results that I've gotten so far. And I'm gonna go and I already went and cloned the funnel, so I already have the original, or I still have the original, but I'm gonna go and change it up kind of to what Josh Beechcraft, the guy that went through my funnel for me, who's the teacher of the course that I'm taking on how to create a course. He went through my entire funnel for me, pretty much went and told me that I need to go and change some copyright and make it a little bit more curiosity, build a little bit more curiosity. And there were some negatives that I had in like my funnel as well, and then also some other like pictures and stuff that I needed to change around, and a little bit of consistency and trust building. And rather than that though, pretty much I'm going to be doing all of that this week. And then once that's done, I'll be restarting ads along with the ones that I'm testing as well, for like my story and for any of the other ones that didn't perform as well, with the based off the $200. And then, yeah, I'm just going to go and kind of like go back and kind of rehash that over and over again until I find something that fucking just like completely knocks it out of the park. Pretty much, I'm still not sure exactly where I want knock out of the park is at. Again, that's just all based off of testing though, and I'll be able to see that as it goes along. I've obviously ran ads before. I've ran between 4 and 5,000, I believe it is, somewhere around in there, 5,000 plus, something like that, within ads just for like my Drip Feed Nation stuff, and that's all like my ebooks on SEO and things like that. But I've never went and done anything for like an actual course though. So again, this is my first time actually going through this entire thing, and yeah. So anyways, rather than that though, yeah, so after I get done with that this week, I'm going to go ahead and actually start on everything else that I have in my layout within for the next couple of weeks until the 90 days and some changes done. And then obviously after that this whole entire anyways challenge is done, obviously for anything that I haven't gotten done just yet, which it really shouldn't be too much, but again, there may be a few things that I just have that, that went and have to still do. Sorry, I can't talk. But again, I already knew that there are going to be unknowns, such as like the testing and stuff like that. I at the very beginning, I'm not going to lie, I was like, well, I'm only going to have to make the funnel once and then I'm going to be good to go. And I just, for some reason, completely spaced, even though I've tested things before, but I still completely spaced that you got to go still test with different ad copy and with different ad images and with different ad things, or with different, not ad copy and ad images only, I mean, the actual funnel itself. So the actual sales pages themselves, you got to go test imagery, you got to go test not really so much colors, but like copyright is a huge one, and building trust and keeping things consistent as possible, and just really testing to see like what different ways work and things like that. And also a big thing is like headers, things with headers and things like that, just to build curiosity, everything like that, and kind of flow into getting those freaking potential leads into actually buying, right? So anyways, there's a lot of things to go and figure out there, and some more research that I have to do, and more knowledge that I have to obtain, and different things like that. And actually, Josh gave me some people to go and study as well, and for like Jordan Belfort and like the what is it called, the 3 10s or something like that of trust. And then a couple of different things. I can't remember what the other one was. Actually, Ty Lopez said it as well to go check out. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But anyway, some research that I have to go and do. So rather than that, though, yeah, once I go ahead and do that all this week and start those ads back up and everything like that, I'm going to go ahead and probably let them run and only be testing small little things after that whole entire thing is done. That way, I can go and focus on my next things that are actually in my layout. And again, if you don't freaking have a layout, get a damn layout. But anyways, the next things that are actually in my layout here for my actual course, which are going and building the more advanced section of my course. So that's going to be sections 10 through 14. And then going and doing like my email funnel setup that I have to go and do. That way I can go and send emails and follow up with people who did not rather buy, or people who went and bounced and like added the course to the cart and then went and bounced off. I'll have their emails, of course, so I'll go ahead and send them some emails and put them into a funnel. So that way I can retarget them and everything like that with both emails and also Facebook ads. Because of course, already got the Facebook ads already set up and everything like that, at least for the pixels to be able to retarget. Then also as well, I'll go ahead and start some affiliate outreach. Actually, I've already got some people here to go contact about that, and I've actually already contacted them, but to actually let them know that it's all ready to roll. So I've got to get that whole entire affiliate thing set up. And then I gotta go and do anything after promotion starts. I don't really know what that is. Okay, then, so next I've got to go and do some like testimonials type of stuff. So I really want to start getting testimonials quickly as possible for all of my students. And actually, I've already hit up a couple of my students about this. But testimonials, especially video testimonials, are extremely huge when it comes to doing any type of course or anything like that. People really love seeing other people who have had success with the course, so that's huge. And then I got to go ahead and make sure and be doing my webinars, like my Q&As and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. Rather than just like testing, obviously, keeping the Facebook course, or I'm sorry, the Facebook group, of course, involved in the community, having people seeing what they need, my students that I already have seeing what they need, anything that they need help with, asking them questions, running webinars, Q&A, stuff like that. But yeah, rather than that though, that's really all I've got left. I mean, it may not sound like a huge amount, but it definitely is a good still amount of stuff to do. Really like the grindy stuff though, rather than like going and editing the videos for my sections 10 through 14. Rather than that is really done. So, or at least so far from what I know anyways, that may not be, because there still can be unknowns that I run into, right? But yeah, rather than that though, I don't really think there's too much more to be able to go and talk about. Really, the rest of it's like going and starting new goals, and then also like going and starting new things with my next thing after I go and kind of not subside from this. Really, obviously I'm not going to completely subside from it, but it's just not going to be my main focus anymore, because I'm more focused on still like my SEO stuff and things like that. But obviously I'm still going to be putting a lot of effort into this. So don't get me wrong, it's not going to be like just completely dropped, and I'm not going to go away by any means anytime soon. I'm not into that. I hate when I've seen like people that have created courses before who do that type of stuff, and I just don't like that. So I definitely won't be doing that anytime soon by any means. But rather than that, though, yeah, that's really all I had for this one, and I hope that you got at least something from it. Like always, go ahead and drop me a like if you like stuff like this. Make sure to go, and also as well, if you've done anything like this yourself, rather if it's like some type of 90-day and some change, or it's just some type of like goal that you laid out, or it's just a goal that you had and you just, were shooting towards it and just had kind of like, well, it'd probably be best to have still a layout, because you just don't want to have everything in your brain. But anyways, just in general though, any type of stuff like this, definitely go and comment below anything that you can think that may help me out or help somebody else out who's also watching this as well. I'm running ads to things to these 90-day and some change videos, so trying to get some good amount of people to go and check these out, so they may go and get some value from what you post below with your comments and everything like that. So that would be awesome to be able to hear and jazz like that as well. So yeah, rather than that though, make sure to go like, subscribe, do all that good glorious stuff. And rather than that, as always, this has been Caleb, and I will see you in the next video. Deuce.